This is Outnumbered. I'm Kimberly Guilfoyle, and here today, Sandra Smith, Kirsten Powers, Jedediah Bila, and today's #OneLucky. You had been somewhere, not here.
True.
Getting a nice vacation tan or something?
I've just been in the tanning. It's on 8th Avenue in a tanning bed.
Is that what it is? You
yes.
run into some friends there?
Every year we meet, yes.
All right, okay.
You're looking great, Tucker.
You're looking
Thank
great.
you.
We're happy to have you here, as always. We've got some
children as human shields,
right.
And then Israel wouldn't have to do any of this. Israel's not looking for...
You know, I'm always very concerned about humanitarian issues. It's absolute
out the wishes of the administration. So shouldn't we be clear understanding of the complexities of the situation?
Disaster for Democrats and
is changing among Americans.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, when we talk about the bill that they're dealing with execution in their home country, this is called hawkishness.
Immigration. Why does everyone get to bring
people do not condone robbery?
Does any other
is you can't just say, okay, now it's all about, okay, if you're a Christian and you're a good Christian, then you let everybody come in and break the law.
The Catholic Church would say that it's not breaking the law to seek asylum.
Hold on.
Yeah, they would say that.
There is a way to do it, to seek it. There is a way to seek asylum legally.
That's what they're doing.
Then why don't they pay for it? When church groups encourage people to come to this country and then they go on the dole, when they go on taxpayer assistance.
No, they get they
lump them all together.
Exactly
that's not due process.
Does. It allows them to make.
Well, we have children suffering right here in this
breaking the law.
By the way, this debate is happening in the House.
Or is this just a busy mom saying, hey, go to the park, not thinking anything of it, and now facing serious consequences?
Well, the other mother who actually saw the boy playing by himself called the police, which I have no problem with. I like when other adults are watching out for other people's kids.
Sure.
The kid was found with a cell phone around his neck.
That's correct.
That his mother put around his neck to go to the park by himself. So she felt like she was taking care of.
Things have changed, right? We used to walk everywhere by ourselves.
Totally.
My mom used to say, when I was younger, they used to say, be home before dinner, you know, be careful. If I said, I'm going to go to the playground, make sure you're home before dinner. But that's my question, Kimberly. Have times changed? Is it a more violent time now? Do we have more things to be careful that now we have to maybe say kids can't walk the way they used to? Kids tell parents how to be parents. And are you worried about the slippery slope, as Tucker's saying? What's next?
Well,
this seems a little bit much to me.
Yeah, I would think that she's probably learned her lesson, right? She's probably realized that she made a mistake, and that should be enough. I mean, I don't think this is, you know, and I think it is
lucrative business. Lucrative.
They live the Bears.
You never had a classmate eaten by this, so she took a lot of risks going to day camp.
But she's right. Just to follow up on what Kirsten,
you know, ill-intentioned. Well, you stop being mad.
Just written checks to all of us to get health care, right? I mean, what?
People are getting away with this.
Tucker, that's what they're doing, though. The Obama administration is pointing at the contractors and saying it's their fault. We hired them to do the job, and they dropped the ball. The contract with Accenture, who is the leading
criticism, really
another problem.
But the criticism is there wasn't enough oversight, so it's not.
And I mean that.
And then your wife would reconsider.
Yeah, she would. But I mean, for a full year, no Christmas card for you.
This is the point.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why they don't care, because it's our money. They don't. It's
on the speed calculator there. It's like the numbers aren't looking good.
5 years from now, this will seem like nothing.
Really? You think it's going to get that much worse?
Yeah, because
we got a lot to talk about on this one. Let's begin on the end.
You know, and at one point he says that they're suing me.
Skip the chapter on separation of power. Is so sweet on the couch.
No, it's true. She's totally right. The one true faith, because we're the ones who've been waiting for it. Like
Tingle up your leg.
No.
Kirsten, I did a little homework last night. I took a quote from his speech yesterday. It said, we could do so much more if Congress would just come on and help out a little bit. Yeah. Translation, if they would just agree with me.
Well, I mean, look, I have been very critical of
for sure, but immigration and other issues are a little bit more polarizing. All right, the gender gap in bullying, a new study just out showing just who gets picked on the
daughters. I'm not surprised at all. As James Carville once said to me, he said, you know what, meet
on this study, but I think that there's a major issue, and they actually do reference this. There's a major issue of underreporting by these students, and I think a lot of times boys, Tucker, aren't willing to admit that they've been bullied.
I hope
girls are willing to come forward and saying somebody's been picking on me.
She makes a good point, because that's very consistent. If you look at it throughout, like statistical studies with domestic violence, most underreported is domestic violence against men, because who wants to go to the police and be like, my girlfriend beat me up?
Well, of course not.
Right?
Like a Krav Maga instructor. Is it different?
I don't even know what that is.
Listen, I could beat up a man.
Are you Jedediah?
Well, I take Krav Maga. I could probably beat up a few guys out there.
I'm sure you could.
Tucker, exactly.
Wow, it's intense.
We'll be testing this out on Outnumbered Overtime, so you'll want to tune in. But Kirsten, what is the message to parents here? What is the message here in terms of, you know, your kids come home, they have these horror stories of my friend did this or said this. What can parents do?
Well, you you know, when I was in 5th grade, I was in
Mean Girls movie.
Yeah, it was. And look, there's another book I think called
For a Ceasefire.
Right, that's
know
serious.
what you're talking.
Unfortunately, probably a lot of people, but it's
that sticks.
It's
That
scary.
sticks.
We're not saying it should matter or that's someone who you should get your foreign policy from. I mean, clearly. But one California restaurant,
and the second side, you had your baby.
It was like comfort level, happiness. Now he's excellent company. We share the Clams Casino and the cocktail. All right, anything else? Well, I
want the sign for my front door.
All right, we're saying right here, check out Outnumbered Overtime on the web, foxnews.com. Boom, boom, boom.